So, here we are. Okay, you can see the map. I've done some work, guys. For those of you who weren't in on the last Factorio stream, well, that was many days ago, probably about a month ago now, maybe. I'm not sure. Most of these squares weren't filled in. I'll explain everything. We'll do like a base tour. But I've added about 5 days onto the map of playtime. That is. I wanted to get most of the setups. Now the setups. So we got like red circuits, green circuits, oil crack-ins, inserter set up here. This sulfur and plastic and motors and other such junk, wires, sticks and whatnot. Most of this is just to replace some of the base. I say some because it's not fully in. I did give it a rough test. I did test it. It kind of works, kind of not. The reason why it doesn't work is because we kind of don't have enough iron. Well, not enough over here, which is where you would have seen me set up, but we did have spots over here, so obviously extended out. We got an iron mine up here, we got one down here. All of these are warehouses that have just been stockpiling ore in. This is another iron smelting setup because this isn't enough, although these may soon change. I think that might be the agenda, is to change these, because we have access to something else. Oh yeah, I've been doing science here and there as well. We got quite a bit of science done. So here, let's turn some station names on actually, because I did some naming. So this is where is going to be our one engine for carriage, whatever you want to call them. These are 5 long trains. This is the depot for our 3 long trains, and these are depot for our 5 long, 4 long, and 3 long. But we'll do a base tour. Well, a tour. So we'll hop into our fantastic plane. We'd be getting hit so hard as well by ears, it's unbelievable. So as wherever I can as well, I have been placing solar panels and accumulators. We're up to 79.1 gigajoules of accumulator charge max. Don't ask me what the max production is, I haven't quite caught it. It's a lot. But yeah. So yeah, you've seen these like stations before. You've seen like the smelting lines, I believe, before. Let's go and have a look at one. That's kind of like the right way up. So smelting lines are simple enough. Electric furnaces, so obviously ore gets dropped off, goes up there, gets smelted. I don't know why I did these double lines for the ore, but I did. And then they feed now. I did have to modify this because it just made sense a bit more, because some of the stations where it's going to consume iron plates is either going to have just 3 long trains, so 2 wagons full of iron plates, because they're not going to consume a huge amount. Where others are going to have 3, so I thought just be easier to put in a double station. Obviously we've got steel over here and copper down over in this direction here. The other iron station, well, the other iron smelting is over here is an exact copy of the one we just seen. What else have I put in? So over here we've got stone, brick, and sand. So pretty much spot standard really. Stone comes in, stone brick smelting here, sand here, with 2 stations. Over here we've got copper wires, iron sticks, and copper and iron gears. So obviously copper and iron in, all 3 out. Yeah, fill this in with loads and loads of stuff. Now this is production for the small electric motors, the yellow engines, whichever they're called, Single cylinder engines, that's it. And the red engines, the multi-cylinder engines. Similar sort of shit, this just comes this way though. What else have we got? I did plan a yellow belt setup, but I wasn't too happy with it, so I kind of abandoned it for now. Green circuits is just a duplicate and a copy and paste of what we already have in the base. So over here we've got stone tablet and glass making. Fairly simple, straightforward. Nothing too bad about that. Red circuits, again, it's just a copy and paste pretty much of the little setup that we have already at the main base. These belts are really janky, I know. And I will fix them when we get to blue belts. They'll be a lot faster, so they'll be a bit more reasonable to deal with that way. Oil cracking is over here. So we got petroleum. Obviously, we're going to be using a lot more petroleum as is than everything else. See, the light oil, the heavy oil, they will produce petroleum as well. And I've got a dedicated heavy oil where this lot feeds heavy oil over to lubricant production. Over here, so we've got sulfur, which we will use a fair bit of, sulfuric acid and plastic. Have I missed anything else down below here at all? No, not really. I'll say I've got put extra storage in for the stone. I'm bringing stone in down here. I can't remember if you've seen that, and we have got the big stone mine up here. Ran out of stone over copper down here somewhere, wherever it was. We had a little copper thing here. Oh, there's some coal down here. But yeah, we had a little copper thing here. That ran out eventually, which was nice. And up here, this took me a while. This is an all-in-one, all-inserter production. So we do feed in raw iron, and we do produce the gears and the sticks here. It takes a while for it to get going, I will admit. These chests take forever to back up. Well, these ones do, because these are the more advanced ones. This is green, purple, and blues come into here. The belts are a mess again. I know it works. All I'm looking for it to work, and that's it. If we have to duplicate it, we'll duplicate it later. I plan to terraform the Earth, the world, so we'll have plenty of room to duplicate. But yeah, that's the base. Absolutely massive. We've got a really nice oil stockpile here as well for another oil station. I want these mines to finish playing out before I put the rails in, because obviously it's just a waste of work. Can't gather it when it's got rails on it. But yeah, that's the base as it stands. So I say we're really close. We're fairly a good portion of the way ready to just switch over. We probably could if we go down to the main base now. So effectively, I killed off all the science production and moved it up to space because it was a bit... It is a bit easier. I can stockpile loads of it up here, and then the only thing that keeps running out is space science. I just have to go over so often and drop like stone and stuff. But we could essentially currently get rid of all of this, maybe not the green motors, but we can get rid of the lubricant and all the oil cracking down. Sulfur production could go, plastics can go, not so much the accumulators that we got here or the fuel. But obviously iron smelting can go, glass, sand, stone bricks, all of that could disappear. All of this can go. A massive amount of this can go now. So I have put in the production for the blues, the small electric motors, single cylinder engines, inserters, the yellow logistic stuff like the belts and the undergrounds and stuff. I say I did have a plan and it kind of didn't work. So there's a tweak to be made. I'll probably make that off camera because that's going to take me forever and I don't want to bore you guys with that. I do have a blueprint of the one that wasn't quite working for me to tweak if needs be. But yeah, and then the steel could go as well. So really, obviously all this could go. Really, the only thing that we have to keep in this space would be ammo production, all the yellow and red logistics stuff for the time being, train stuff, making furnaces, making the assembly machine assembly machine 1, sorry. All of this, all of this, all of this, all the space stuff, and all the extra little gubbins I made. So I would say that's a good, what, half? Maybe 2/3 of the base that isn't needed. And to be fair, these electric boilers and these burner turbines aren't overly required. 960 megawatts of power produced just off of solar panels alone right now. Well, production available. I guess it's all of it, but you know, we could probably get rid of a good 2/3 of the base. So, like I said, there's potentially tweaks that we can be made, and it's probably going to be related to the iron side. Because we do have the ability to make molten iron, which turns into iron ingots, which we can then make into iron plates at a slightly better ratio than we do just smelting ore into plates. Which is, you know, it's going to be pretty good. We can do the same for copper, thanks to doing a little bit of sciences. We do have access to the processes for making cryonite and beryllium and holmium. So we can apply that as well, which is going to be really, really good. And vulcanite as well, which is going to be an absolute pain in the ass. There is one thing else that I've been doing, and that is I was using some of our uranium-238s to make uranium ammo for the guns on my ship, because I did do a little bit of biter bashing. Now I didn't go to whole hog, I just pushed out a bit because we were getting absolutely mangled over this side. These red dots are all just worms. I just wanted to take out the spawners. I left the worms. We don't have expansion on, so these will just sit there, and as we get closer we can fuck them up when we need to get in their face a bit more to take up some land. But yeah, so yeah, I did push out a tiny bit. We do get attacked every so often because we are polluting enough to actually annoy some of these ones on the outside, some of these bigger bases. But yeah, most of these red dots, random red dots, are all just worms. So yeah, that's the overview of what I've been doing. And that took longer than I expected to explain. So, what to do? Now, I was saying about maybe looking at doing... So I have been making the casting machines and the industrial furnaces to do the whole like molten iron setup. But I honestly don't really have too much of an idea of what that's going to involve. And plus, some of our bottlenecks are in science, which we need to get into space for. Right now we haven't got no space sciences being made, and we haven't got much room here. How many platforms we got? We got 964. That might not be enough. Oh, what the? Oh, we get intact. Really? They went for our train? Funny enough, in the 5 or so hours that I've added to the map, that's the first time that's happened. Let's go and... Oh, excuse me. Replace that train. I did move landfill production out here because we have an extremely large stockpile of stone, as you can see. This hasn't been running for overly long, probably about an hour or two, and we got 30k landfill in there, which is absolutely insane. let's go and put down the train, and you can have some fuel. And you're going that way. Cool. So yeah, I think we may do some spacey racy stuff today. We'll definitely take a visit to space. There are a few things to do and to drop off and whatnot. But we need to take up a load of stone. I'm going to take up some more of these orange sciences because we don't exactly produce a huge amount. I was setting off the satellite rocket quite a lot. We discovered a few planets and orbits and stuff. This is where I plan to get vulcanite because it's got 0 threat. This is the threat level. This is 0 threat. Solar panels pretty alright. No, it's 112%. It's a little bit better than where we are on Novus. So yeah, this is where I plan to get vulcanite in the near future. That would be the next sort of step, because the molten iron requires pyroflux, which we are getting through the pulverizers, and we do have quite a lot. Oh Jesus, I might actually have to increase the storage. We do have quite a lot, and we are using it as fuel for our flamethrower turrets over at the perimeter wall on over to the west, over down here, along here, and all the way up the top here. But we produce so much of it. We even have a few on the other setup over the other pulverized setup over here. But I think this is the main one that's feeding the line, because this hasn't really changed too much. Why have you stopped? Oh, you can't take any more oil. That's not good. Yeah, it'll be fine. Can leave that for now. Oh yeah, I took this filter off because we were struggling a little bit for iron. Put that filter back on so you can start unloading iron again into landfill. Yeah, we'll do some spacey based stuff. Now, what do we need ideally up here? Low density structures, heat shieldings, and steel plates. We've got 4.9k steel there. No heat shielding, so we may want to take some heat shielding up with us. I have got some little... I am pushing the wrong buttons again. We have got some lower density structures on board here, so I did try to increase our hold on heat shielding here. Right, let's recharge some of this stuff. But you're right. Oh, that's not nice. I can't reach you. Okay, let's sorry, I need this for grenades. Let's just do this quickly. I was kind of starting to trying to stockpile the coal a bit more, because we are going to need coal in the LTN system. But then, when I pushed out the walls and stuff, I realized, oh, we've got like loads of room. And lots of coal. 3.4 million's worth, plus most of these are full. Most of those warehouses are. Yeah. Let's take from you and top up plastic. You need green circuits. I'm just going to get some of this going again, because it'll be bad if it suddenly decides to not have anything left in it. Okay, so you've got coal, you're going good. I want to get sulfur from there, put into heat shielding. And what about explosives? So you can do some more, and yeah. I'll just show you some of the stuff we've made so much. So many production modules, efficiency modules, because I was just slapping them in everywhere. All the mines over on the east have got prod mods just to give us more input. Right, I'm going to take up an inventory's worth. And how are you doing? You're not doing great, but I'm going to steal all them. And we'll bung them in there. What do we need to keep you or get you going in plastic? Okay, that's fine. But we are getting closer to the stage, as I said, to having LTN, so this sort of handballing shit around will be less of a thing. Very much less of a thing. I'll see what I can do, and hopefully, without taking too long to get a bit more stuff in, well, a few more setups in place. Hopefully, LTN will be the next stream. I think for the good part, that's going to be it. Maybe taking up some rocket fuel to space with us. I think it might be useful. So, just out of curiosity, I want to get red science going. Oh, hello. Power Armor Mark II. I didn't realize I had you unlocked. Oh, yeah. Power Armor Mark II requires utility science, which isn't cheap. And that requires cryonite, which we don't have. I think... Oh, that actually requires, like, proper iron ingots from the... From Molten Iron setups. Oh, well, shit. That's not amazing. I didn't notice that. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. What was that plasma steam? I know we looked at some of this. This plasma steam is stone and chemical gel. Chemical gel is cosmic water and petroleum. Aren't we sending that up already? Or is that lubricant? And no, we're not sending that up. This kind of needs to be completely rebuilt. Okay, what I'll do is I'll get some of these going again, and then we'll actually look at the molten metal setup, because we need that anyway for LTN, and we're going to need it for the red science packs. And then we may also look at going to a new planet. So let's get into the space. Did I put rocket fuel in here as well? Yes, I did. Awesome. Cool. We're going to... there. Always seem to take off in the middle of the night. Just excuse me a second while I grab a drink. Ah, that's better. Okay, let's empty stuff about. Go in there. So you can see I did have a little bit of a tidy up. I need to remove these because I am stupid enough to realize, well, stupid enough that I didn't realize that. We got 466% solar. And because it's constantly daytime, we constantly have power. Always have power. So we'll never need to have accumulators down. So they can actually all go. You can go in there. The rest of you can go there. You guys can go into big warehouse of science. Top you up. I know this is a lot of handballing, a lot of shuffling around, and I am probably doing this a little bit quick. I do apologize. Just want to get this done because this isn't really much. This is just more maintenance. Oh, you can disappear in there. And we'll take you. So, we need... about 40 to go back. How are you doing? Ugh. Any blue circuits in here? Pretty sure I sent some up at some point. No. Okay, how many do you use? 1. That's cool, so that should last a while. Actually, process working now. You are. Okay. You're going, which is fine. Might need a bigger chest for you. Yeah. We'll put something down something a bit bigger. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna get the molten iron setup done. I think that's the only real way to get around to doing this. Now if I do you accurately down to here, how much fuel do you need? Still just 37. Nice. Oh, before launch. But however, put them back. Okay, so, and launch. Okay then. So, what are we going to need for the molten metal stuff? Molten iron at least. Industrial furnaces. Okay, we need to get pyroflux. Now, I plan to get pyroflux from vulcanite, which is normally where you'd get it, and in bulk at least. But we do have a large store of it, so we'll use that instead to at least start with. We're going to need casting machines, and we're going to need... I'm guessing this is just going to be a normal assembly machine for that. Cool. So I did have everything pretty much prepped then. That's good. Okay, let's grab... I'm going to turn off logistics. Yes, cool. Let's grab all of you. Good chunk of you. Let's grab most of you, or all of you. I'll grab all of them, fuck it. We're gonna need loads of pipes. Probably grab some extra undergrounds. We're gonna need probably pumps. I've got 8 on me now. Let's make sure we got a few more. And for the most part, I think that's about it. We need loads of inserters as well, really, thinking about it. Can I get a handful more inserters? Thank you. Okay, let's do it here because it's closest. So, first things first. So I've been following a pattern for naming. So we'll do LTN. We'll do item equals iron or iron dash or LT. Oh. One. So this is where all the magic's going to happen. And so yeah, I'm going to build it with the station in mind. Because, well, why not? So this is going to be obviously the main inputs. It's going to require a lot of iron in one go. So we'll do 3 there, 3 there, 3. Oh no, these need to be filtered, don't they? And they'll... Well, I don't have any warehouses. Probably because I used them all up. bulking everything out. Oh, I did put in something to make a load of warehouses though. Need sticks and steel. Okay. Here, have sticks. Give me steel. Don't want to take a huge amount. If this chest runs out of steel, and we got other productions going in the middle of this as well, like say gears or blue motors and stuff, it is so dreadful along this one belt. We don't have even really room for 2 belts of iron, which would be, the best way to handle this. But yeah, it looks absolutely dire. Okay, can I grab at least just that one for now? Thank you. Oh, I should grab some more red belt. We're gonna need more red belt, aren't we? Do we got any down here? We do. That'll start. That's a good start. Right. So, this is just a rough idea of, how I've been trying to build. Fortunately, it's not going to be too exciting. So these do 6 aside. Okay, so this will then feed out this way. Now, don't exactly know how I want this all to be placed, so we're just going to start placing down a couple. Actually, place down 2 or 3. Now, what does it look like with the recipe? Oh, so you output steam. Oh no, you don't. Sorry, you don't. You just output the molten. Okay. So really what we would want then is something like that, with a pipe in between. Okay, let's copy this a few times. Let's get some tanks so I can kind of plan out the where the pyroflux is gonna come in. So I'm gonna kind of bring the pyroflux up from here and probably drop it into this corner so it's out of the way. Let's get bots onto this. Oh no, wait. Actually, I don't want it all the way down there because I want to be able to receive like barrels of the stuff once we get like the next planet set up. Let's move that across a little bit. So maybe right there. Okay, and pumps and stuff will sort out eventually. Oh, be nice if that was a straight line. So, let's do... So we're gonna have one gap here to come in. We're gonna need obviously to be able to feed in on a belt the iron. So we need to make sure we leave a gap for that. And a gap for inserters as well. So what? One inserter, about inserter. Something like that. Let's bring this down a bit so I can get a better idea of what's going on. Okay. So I'm already initially seeing a problem where we can't just have pipes that just go straight down here, straight down here. Because obviously we can't get the inserters in. So I'm not going to worry about the output. I want to more be interested in the input right now, I think, to begin with. And the sound of the plane is just doing in, so let's hop out a minute. So I'm thinking, just by looking, I'm thinking that if we do something like that, and then we can go underground to here, down. Actually, that looks uneven. I don't like that. There we go. And just do like the end one. And then we can have the say inserters there about this way. Like that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work pretty well. This way we got a space here to put in power pole as well. Excuse me. Can we do like small poles in here instead then? Maybe? Yeah, so we can do small power poles like that. So then this side would be something similar. Or pretty much exactly the same, just... And then... you know, that. Alright, this would be an exact copy, right? Oh, wrong button. I have been playing other games, so I have to apologize when I press escape instead of like pressing Q or E or something to get out of different menus or whatnot, or N. So the only thing I can see is that this is still going to have to be like that. Because these won't get that far. If we use like the medium power poles, it will reach. But it's like, it's a waste of medium power poles with, you know, the advantage is the extra little distance. It's like this would be this. And this gets everything covered. The only issue I can potentially see... Obviously, most of these can be undergrounds to fit the belts on. The only issue I can see, really... Oh, we could underground the belt, actually, underneath the pipe if we have to as well. There's not going to be enough draw to get the pyroflux down to the far end, so we're going to probably have to put pumps in every so often. So just out of curiosity, can I... let's go and just belt you there, belt there. Let's call this a couple times. Say there. There. I don't know how much throughput we for the belt would allow. You know, whether or not I've pushing out a full belt onto here, or even down to here. Whether by the time it gets down to here, we'd have nothing on the belt because it'd just be taking so much. Because it's, how much is it? It's 24 iron per craft. It's a 60-second craft without any upgrades in here.